Good afternoon, Hoover Elementary. Dr. G here on Hawk TV, wishing you all a very happy Friday. Hey, what a crazy week. It's been exciting. Did you get any emails this week? Have you, some of my new kindergarten Hoover Hawks, have you read every word of Dr. McGee's emails? Some of them are 5 pages long. My guess is some of you might need the Cliff Notes version or the video version of what we're going to do this year. Enter Dr. G and the Summer Show. All right, we've all been waiting patiently for the plan. We now have one because the board voted on one on Wednesday night. All right, so September 8th, that's now the first day of school, and it's going to be online for about 600 of our 650 or so kids, okay? If you're somebody in one of our special programs, and you know who you are, your parents know who you are, there's only about 50 of you, you'll be coming to school 4 days a week, it looks like, Monday through Thursday for a full day. Everybody else, the other 600 students, you're going to be online starting on September 8th. Breathe, especially if you're new to Hoover, especially if you're a kindergarten parent. We're going to help you get ready and get prepared for September 8th, okay? Trust me, we've done this before. We got this. What I like to tell people, the difficult we do today, the impossible takes us a little longer, but we get her done. That's why they asked the Hoover Hawks to do the impossible, because we always get her done. All right. During the month of September, while we do have some of our special program students here in school, and while the vast majority of our students are learning online using iPads, using Chromebooks, using the Canvas learning management system, if all those are new words to you, don't worry, we're going to help you. We're also going to have blue and red orientation days in the month of September. So the idea is we have roughly, let's say, 100 kindergarten students. Well, about half of them are going to be on the blue team, and half of them are going to be on the red team. Why blue and red? Those are our colors. That's Neshaminy. And when you go to Neshaminy High School, there's a big gym night, and there's a blue team and there's a red team. So we thought, let's stick with blue and red, okay? So we don't really want to have, during the month of September, the whole school here. It would be fun, but we want to try and ease into things, kind of slowly, make sure everybody knows what to do, make sure everybody feels comfortable. So we'll have blue orientation days where about half of the kindergarten students come in, half the first grade students, half the second grade, half the third grade, half the fourth grade. And we'll do the same thing for the folks on the red team on different days, okay? So by the end of September, everybody should have had the chance to come into school for one full day just to kind of see how things are going to work. And if you're someone who's a little nervous about that and you're not really sure you want to come into school for that full day, nobody's going to force you. But you might want to call me or you might want to email me, discuss your concerns, and we'll try and make sure that we address all of your questions, okay? Now, I still have a lot of people who keep emailing me or calling me and saying, hey, Dr. G, I am so excited about this. This sounds awesome. I can't wait. But I don't know, am I on the red team or am I on the blue team? Good question. So it would be great if we just sort of stuck with this, okay? So if your last name, and when I say you, I'm talking to my Hoover Hawks, okay? Because we know sometimes parents and students might have different last names for a variety of reasons, and that's okay. But if you're the student and your last name begins with an A all the way to K, you're on the blue team. So you would go to that one day blue orientation for your grade level in September. And if things are looking good, which we're hoping they are, in October, we're going to try and have half the kids in school 2 days a week and half the kids in school 2 days a week. So you really want to make sure you know which days you're going to be coming in October. So hopefully you know your last name and you know whether you'd be on the blue team or on the red team. So if your last name was L to Z, okay, you'd be on the red team and you'd come for the red orientation days and you'd come into school in October if the board approves that on the red team days, okay? Now here's where it gets a little tricky. If everybody just says, hey, Dr. G, you're a genius, that's wonderful, let's just stick with that, then I've got nothing else to do between now and September 8th. Maybe one or two things, but most of my work is done. But my guess is that we have some families who might have some special circumstances. Now, hopefully, it's not everybody, but there might be some. And let me give you an example. I come from a big family, okay? 6 kids, 5 boys, and 1 girl. So let me think. I'm Dr. G, Glennon. I would be on the blue team, right? I have a sister. Her last name is different from mine. Her last name is Patrick, okay? So she would be on the red team. So if my mom liked the idea that in October, I would go to school 2 days a week while my sister's home learning online, and then she would go to school 2 days a week while I'm at home learning online, nobody needs to do anything. It's all set because her last name begins with a P, so she's on the red team. My last name begins with a G. I'm on the blue team, okay? And that might be a really good option for a lot of people. When we were little kids, sometimes maybe myself and my sister, we didn't always, share things. So we might not share the Chromebook, although this year you're not going to have to do that, but we might not do well together in an online learning environment, okay? So it might be good to keep us split up. But there might be some parents who say, you know what? It would be better if we were on the same schedule because maybe my sister is much better at technology than I am, and my sister could actually help me a little bit. And so maybe you're a parent and you're saying, you know what? I have 2 kids. They have 2 different last names. I'd like for them to be on the same schedule. Now, that means I got to do some thinking. That means I might need to take the person with the G last name and move them to the red team. That way they'd be on the same schedule. Or I might need to take the sister who's got a last name of P and move her to the blue team. Okay. And the reason I need to think about it is because the whole idea is to make sure only about half the school's blue and about half the school's red. It doesn't really matter about the last names. That's just a really easy way for me and for the rest of the building to know who's coming what day. All right. So if you are someone in a very special circumstance and you feel that you need to have somebody switch, you need to email me relatively soon, okay? And in the subject line, you could put red, blue schedule and just explain the situation. Maybe you're a parent, you've looked ahead and you see that in October, the plan right now, and things always could change, the plan would be that the blue students would come to school on Monday and Wednesday. But maybe your work schedule would be so much better if for some reason your child didn't come to school on Monday and Wednesday, but came to school on Tuesday, Thursday. Well, you need to let me know that so I can see if it's possible to make any switches, okay? And again, like I said, some people who have multiple children or maybe a child and a cousin or something like that, maybe with different last names, maybe they want to keep them separate on different schedules, or maybe they want to keep them on the same schedule. Well, the only way I'll know what you want is if you email me, okay? So Facebook Messenger is a wonderful tool, but I don't check Facebook Messenger every single day. So the best way to get in contact with me is to send me an email, make sure I know who you are, who your child is, what grades we're talking about, because sometimes with 680 kids, I forget exactly who somebody is. And it's great to include your phone number in there too. If you're not an email person and you'd rather call me, that's fine. You can call me at the school number or you can call me on my cell phone, 215-519-4299. That's 215-519-4299. And I will get back in touch with you. All right, a couple folks are really excited about school supplies. Woohoo! This is the time of the year where you can sometimes get some great deals. You can get some crayons real cheap. So the school supplies are published on the Hoover website, but I've also put them on Facebook, I've put them on Twitter, and I've actually emailed them individually to every grade level. Now, the teachers worked on these school supply lists back in June, and they're just suggestions, they're just recommendations. And if for some reason you can't get everything right now, because I know a lot of people said, hey, let's get some sanitary wipes, let's get some Clorox wipes or something like that. Well, that might be hard to find right now. So don't sweat it. We've got all kinds of stuff. We've got all kinds of hand sanitizer. We've got all kinds of wipes. We're going to be fine. Even if you can't get crayons, don't worry about it. I've got lots of extra crayons, okay? And we're going to figure out ways to make sure that everyone will be safe. So it's not like normally we'd say, hey, let's share. But we're not going to be sharing crayons and things like that. But I'll make sure everybody has everything they need. So even if you don't get any school supplies at all, you'll be fine. If you get some of the school supplies, that's great. If you get all of them, that's great too. But if you can't get anything, don't worry about it. All right. Lots of questions about HAC, Home Access Center. So if you are a Hoover parent who's been around for a while, you should have your username and your password, okay? You probably wrote it down somewhere because you know how important it is to have that username and password. You know that that's how you're going to find out who your child's teacher is at the end of August. Date still to be determined. It's also how you're going to access school attendance information, and it's how you're going to access the report cards or the progress reports, which we produce 3 times a year, right? Now, I know that things are crazy, and sometimes people forget things, or the dog ate your password book. So if you forgot your username and password, and you're someone who's been around for a while, you can always email Ms. Kroback, our school secretary. She can look it up for you, and she can help you find it, okay? If you're a new parent of a new student or having a new incoming kindergartner, you haven't missed any email, you haven't missed any letters, that information will be delivered to you in the near future, okay? I promise. We're still kind of working on it because we used to do things a little bit differently before, the COVID pandemic, so we've had to change some things. But we'll make sure everybody gets all the information they need so everybody can figure out who their child's teacher is. But honestly, those class lists aren't done yet. We're still finalizing some things. So just breathe. It's all okay. We're going to help each other, and we'll make sure everybody can get in there. All right? What else is going on? Oh, yeah. Some parents and some students are saying, hey, Dr. G, the school year is being delayed by a week. Kids are supposed to come in on September 2nd or 3rd, and now they're going to be coming online on September 8th, or the special programs in Hoover on September 8th. And some parents have said, well, what should we do with that extra week? Should we just sort of take that off? No, the idea would be that students keep reading, okay? The more you read every day, boys and girls, the smarter you're going to be. We always tell folks we want you to read for at least 30 minutes every single day, all right? So this is great. You get a whole nother week where you can do some more reading at home, so you'll be ready for the upcoming school year. I can't wait to work with you this year, online, in person when we can, and we're going to have a great time, all right? So I'm real happy right now. I hope you guys are too. And whenever I'm happy, I like to dance. Aren't you excited about the red-blue schedule? We're going to have a great year. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask.